Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Veilguard, where I just contemplating how for some reason Dragon Age Inquisition rolls off the tongue and Dragon Age Veilguard does not, even now, what, like 60 hours into the game or whatever? I can't look at the time I've spent in game, it's incorrect. What the heck? Oh, okay. I thought Balara was in here. Dude, I was doing that earlier. My shoulders hurt. I've been trying to do my exercises. Okay, I think I took a break to go eat. So I think I've gotten everything. Asan, are you alright? It was probably rough for him. I mean, he probably didn't spend a ton of time at Weishaupt, but, you know, he still probably recognized it a little bit as home. Have I overheard you two? I think so. Yeah. I think I popped in on you guys earlier. Now I just need to pick a quest, I guess. Oh boy. I think we'll go. I'm very intrigued about what's up with the Titans, what's up with Harding, stuff like that. You know? Cat's over there. Yeah, let's look. We'll probably be fighting Darkspawn. Or maybe not fighting anything. Let's see if anything's changed in the crossroads. See if Morgan's waiting with any more treats for me. Treats, aka Inquisitor sightings. Or, you know, any of the other people I would like to see. Fenris.
Voices again.
Yeah. Secrets.
Delays. So much more could be accomplished from the Ventheneras. Solus raised that beacon in mockery of my own tower of learning. Disrespect.
Do not dwell upon it, Ergonon. The lighthouse is but one wonder we shall reclaim.
It will be remade, and all traces of Fen'Harel erased from its walls.
Tracks. Thoughts, anyone? At this point, too, it's like, yeah, Solus was our enemy, but we're kind of fighting to save him in a way, because if we take out the gods, then he'll be safe, right? So he knows, like, his best bet is with us until he can figure out something for himself. You know?
Places between.
It has to be frustrating for him, though, because at least in Inquisition, he was able to kind of, like, be more involved behind, like, not just behind the scenes, but, like, not just puppeteering, but, like, in doing things, you know, like, be, like, in the field, you know, but now he's just stuck, kind of like Mythal. Hey, how does it feel? You know, Mythal was stuck in one spot for ages, like, the one fragment of her, which is sort of like, oh, I think I have not brought this up, and maybe I'll have talked about it later. It's a little creepy that he put her in there and then never went to see her. And again, it's that whole guilt, regret complex, and also maybe resentment, like, truly. But, like, are they changing? I think they're changing a little bit. But, yeah, no, it's actually kind of creepy. It's like those, like, sort of those, like, possessive, obsessive stories that you'll see. But it's like, do you think you have a right to her like this? To put her here and not ask what she wants? You know what I mean? Maybe she didn't want, maybe she wanted to end. Maybe she wanted to cease existing, you know, because a partial life is a difficult one, you know? And it's her choice. I imagine she wouldn't want to. I think she's too proud. But, like, you know, it's like, and he had made that place for her to be comfortable, like, to be happy in during, like, the rebellion. Did they, like, freaking, I don't know. It's just really sad. It's just super duper sad. But yeah, I don't know. And then, like, to make a place that she was supposed to be, like, comfortable and happy, and it's like her prison now. I'm so sad. I'm so sad about it. But yeah, a little creepy. But personally. I wanted to see, I brought these two because I wanted to see if they would kiss and make up. I think they have. Also, bury the hatchet is such a modern phrase. One of those, God, what is the word for it? There's an A. One of those phrases that's a very, like, real world thing that when you read in a book, you're like, You know, it kind of takes you out of the story. You're like, is that a thing that you say? Or like you read a fantasy book and it's like faster than a bullet, and it's like, do you guys have guns in this world? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it just, to me, it shows poor editing, right? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, I guess I should grab Harding, huh? Let me grab her. It might just do it for me. Let's see. Oh, this is such a I love it. Look at it. I really love the design. They've really updated the dwarven designs. Like, it's always kind of been this, it's like the one that's always used, like, it's the opposite of Art Nouveau, right? Where, like the elves are always given, like, Art Nouveau, like, styled stuff, and the dwarves are given Art Deco. Art Deco. I'm like, where? I was like, blocky art, and it was like Roblox, and I was like, no, please. I had to just look up a list. Let's see. Okay, Titan stuff. Titan stuff. Who would be interested? I feel like Emmerich would really think it's cool. He might not even actually be involved. If I rearrange his abilities, it's good because he detonates Sundered with this one, and Harding applies Sundered, which I don't normally deal with. Or, I mean, this is kind of going to go into Elven lore, so, I don't know. I think it's just not, I think anybody else is not going to come anyway, probably, because it's usually the personal quest. It's just you and the person, at least
Thanks for coming, Rook.
This one.
I hope the Kal-Sharok dwarves have some answers.
This looks just like in Trespasser, in the Descent, or sorry, in Inquisition, in the Trespasser DLC. Holy cow. And Descent. But this looks mostly like the, I don't know, they're very similar, but it reminded me immediately of the Trespasser one. Where you're kind of running into like you're like running into a small segment, and you're like, this should kill me. The water that I've gotten up to this tall has killed me before. I'm very allergic to water. Hydrating is rough. Yeah? This is why I would not want to live underground. Ugh. I think spelunkers and the like are mad. This is very unstable. If this much rock is falling and moving, we should probably not be here. And the fact that nobody's here is concerning. This is an active mine with raw lyrium right here, which would also set us off. Or make you sick. Oh, it's so cool though to be wow! Is that Kal-Sharok? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's as beautiful as I hoped. Why do I always get turned around in this stupid photo mode? I don't understand. I feel like I'm hauling a giant camera around. Let me free. When I'm trying to like turn around properly. Wow. I wonder if those are active golems. The golems are a big deal in Origins. Well, you get the DLC. Well, I mean, in the Deep Roads, you find out stuff about the golems, and you're like, oh my gosh, but you can get a golem companion. And then it's even more golem lore, and you're like, oh my gosh, when you realize what they are. I wonder if they'll keep with that. I wonder if they'll keep that golem lore. Lukewarm tea. Gross. You can see why Solus doesn't like it.
I'm supposed to meet someone named Stalgard? He told me to come here. He seemed nice in his message.
Okay, well that bodes ill, then. So they're going to kill us, is what you're saying. Why is there Kal-Sharok outpost? I cannot believe we're going to Kal-Sharok. This is pretty crazy. This is pretty wild. I always hoped we would, but who's here to eat me, Who's here to crunch my bones?
You don't actually know who or what this Stalgard is.
Or what?
A new friend, I hope.
I want to Sometimes I want to kick Harding off a ledge, just a little one, and she can get back up because she's got Titan powers. But like, you know, sometimes I just want to give her a little push and be like, "Why are you like this?" Unfailingly positive out in this economy, except sometimes she's not. So like, I don't know, if she was unfailingly positive, it might be something else. You know, it might be worth. They're definitely gonna move. Those guys definitely are powered, and they're definitely gonna move. Look at this! What? This is so cool! It's so cool! Oh my gosh. It's very cool. I'm so self-conscious when I see myself flailing around in the corner. My neck hurts from being like tense. I'm like,
supposed to meet Stalguard here.
mm-hmm.
We got company.
So there's yeah, I see you. That's cool and all. But there's something over here really fast that I want to look at.
Of course.
She's like, no, we're not gonna do this in front of him. I'm like, please. Oh, for Nev. Okay. What's that doing here? Dude, your armor is sick. I love your armor.
Stalguard?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Lace Harding of the Inquisition.
Wait, how do you know about...
And this is the one they call Rook? Emmerich, the Mortalitasi flesh crafter.
Imprecise,
Whoa.
but it does have a ring to it.
It
You've
does.
heard of us.
You have brought a strange assortment to our gates, Lace Harding.
They have an accent. It's different. I like it though. Maybe not. Maybe just him. But like, it would make sense if they were in isolation that their language would have changed over time. You know.
Someone did their reading.
We are not as blind as Orzama wishes. We know enough.
I'm looking for someone touched by the ancients. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, she has been waiting for you. Follow and keep your weapons ready. The roads are dark. The creatures there even more so.
What is your armor made out of? Tell me. They probably have such cool stuff here. They've had to survive and like thrive.
You are staring.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I
If
was.
you can see the corruption you hear we carry.
Sorry. I shouldn't have.
Do I get to wander around here, like later? Kind of. I want to look. I gotta look. I remember you'd have stuff like carry over, right?
The one that's pointed, the one that looks like a wedge, or the tiny one?
The tiny one that's pointed.
Oh, check your pockets.
Okay, so they don't have a specific accent. They all have a varied accent. Look at do squats.
Have you ever spoken to your...
In the sanctum? No. I feel like I'm being watched in that place.
Oh, that's probably because you are. You
Well,
know
yeah.
she can be everywhere in that place, right?
That doesn't reassure me.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I've always thought it'd be cool to go back to Orzammar itself and see it in updated graphics. Oh my gosh. Wow. Obviously, there's great similarities between the... They still have Paragon statues here, right? But their armor is so cool.
Oh, it's not the same as the red lyrium that showed a decade ago. The red lyrium
What?
down here isn't blighted. It's just connected to something. That's what I hear, anyway. And this is why I want to see it for myself.
Is it the one when we saw the picture? It looked like red. It looked like lyrium being blighted, and then there was a hand coming out. Like this was ages ago at this point. And it's like it was connected probably to a titan of some sort. Maybe it's like rage or something. I don't know. Oh, you learn so much from gossip. Oh, a different sort of like Paragon style statue. Finally. Some statues with some engravings. The blight is always present. We endure it as we endure so many other dangers. We have our ways, and Kal-Sharok thrives. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, you know? The statue of Ortan. Oh! Retrieved from the bottom of the mine shaft in section 12. There are ongoing arguments about who the statues depict. Possibilities include one of the ancient Ortans, or Kevin Burbach, who enjoyed a short period of fame after inventing the flushing cistern and then failed to achieve Paragon status. I think a flushing cistern should have given you Paragon status, but oh my gosh, sorry, my neck is killing me. Ortan, that was a family whose line we vindicated, I think, in Origins. Like, we found evidence that they had been a noble house once, and they got, like, initiated into the nobility or something. I might be totally misremembering that. In Origins. Your guys' armor is sick. Your guys' armor is sick. Very, very cool. Can I have some? But for my size.
A person will do almost anything to survive.
Yeah.
Become
I
the
believe.
Darkspawn, or be destroyed by them.
Not
Right.
much of a choice.
I mean, it is. Some would rather die. So are they blighted here? Some have survived that way in the deep roads by consuming darkspawn flesh and then becoming basically ghouls. Ah! She's like, what are you doing here? Go elsewhere. We're busy. Okay, I'm gonna trust that I get to come back. Okay, so they had like an OG Paragon statue back there, right? But it seems like too they're gonna have new ones. Is this a rock shop? It's a rock shop and a bowl shop. See, new types of Paragon statues. Oh my gosh, those are like the wall mosaics that I collected in Inquisition, except mine were gold and nothing like that. But that's what it reminded me of. Oh. So this is mining and working. Well, that's probably working lyrium, not mining it yet. So I get to go in there. What is this? So that must be what this is. I'm like, oh, they've updated the dwarven style. It must be Kal-Sharok specific. This is what Varric has next to his room.
What do you mean you're like the Darkspawn?
Kal-Sharok was abandoned to its fate many generations ago, when the Darkspawn first came. We lost many.
Yeah.
Some to the corruption, some by their own hand, and some found another way. Atuva Galta Satot. The stone is colder than death, as they say.
As they say? I think only you guys say that.
The wardens will be welcome here, once the outpost is re-established.
Wasn't this a trading outpost before? Do you intend to use it for trade again?
Oh, no. That sort of lyrium trade was done generations ago. The Kal-Sharok do not require trade to survive in these times.
Yeah, but good luck trying to keep it out. There's some interesting sci-fi books that talk about that. Becky Chambers has one. Oh, it is... not the galaxy. It is the galaxy in the ground between, maybe? Anyway, it talks about a place. Well, and there's what the Memory of Empire. Oh, so good. So good. I highly recommend that book. I recommend any Becky Chambers book, too. The Galaxy in the Ground Between, I think is the name. And there was another one that I really, really loved in that series. It's like a 5-book series, but they're all kind of separate from each other. Anyway, talks about how trade can let in wonderful things, right? But it can also bring in change and ideas, and there's like humans in one of her books, where some of them traveled off on a space station when Earth was collapsing, or they traveled off like in spaceships in order to survive, and they became like a really egalitarian society, like very community based, you know, and had to come up with a lot of different workarounds for resources that they didn't have available to them. And it's sort of a very introspective examination of like what happens when, even with the best of intentions, things like that can open you up for change. Like one of the women, her child is starting to watch Mars shows that are really violent and like, you know, full of flashbangs and explosions and like fun to watch for your eyes, but it conveys things that she doesn't want for her children, you know. Like, you know, violence. They don't do violence in the spacer thing, you know, like they don't have, like, crime's not really an issue, like, I mean, it's a little bit, but not much, but it's not, I don't know, it's not like one thing's good and one thing's bad. It's just an examination of different, like, what happens eventually with the slow progress of change, and, like...
The blight isn't turned away by mere cold, though perhaps the nose on the new blight growths might solidify.
Well... now I'm curious.
So am I.
Cold what? I don't know. What? Anyway. It's just an examination of different, how lifestyles can combine and what's lost and what's gained, even with the best of intentions. And it's not sad. It's a hopeful, very, very hopeful book. Her stuff is very hopeful. And I really like it a lot. So is this like normally like looking like it's gonna fall over and piled up with stuff like this? Whoa. Oh, they've got blight down. Oh, there's darkspawn here. Oh no. Why have you stopped?
Darkspawn.
The door was just open. Like, the door was open. There was no one watching it. Did you see that? She's freaking doing like 12 backflips.
Is everyone intact?
He did not. He didn't help at all. He just... Ooh, a crystalline great axe appearing. He just stood back there and watched. He's like, well, if you die here, you don't deserve any of this. I'm like, okay. Sure. This reminds me of being in the deep roads in Origins. And, like, you, like, come across, like, these scenes of devastation and stuff. And you're just like, oh my gosh. We should have maybe brought Davrin. Dang it. Because freaking... It's Darkspawn. I should have thought of that.
Reminds me of the necropolis. Like in the charm, of course.
Not far now.
Reminds me of the necropolis. I can see that. It is kind of a Hall of the Dead, I think, in many ways. But yeah, freaking Emmerich and I are both necrotic. And they are not weak to necrotic. They are resistant to necrotic.
Blood.
Please let me.
It grows too quickly these days. And it feels different.
You can feel the blight?
Many from Kal-Sharok can, somewhat. Long story. The corruption here has its root elsewhere. Destroy it, and this growth will become vulnerable.
Destroy the source of the blight growths? We can do that.
I will stay on guard.
Will you? That's... I'm so glad. Listen, I like me a stoic dwarf warrior, man. Like, I'm down with that, but like... He is not doing anything. He's testing us to see if we are worthy. Ah! I wonder if the Oracle is gonna be the one from Descent. It'd be cool to see her again. She was fun. She was like a constantly curious and like had like, you know, had a strong sense of justice. Level head on her shoulders.
Lift stuck.
And then
Looks
things
like a
changed.
rock wedged in the mechanism.
I might be able to help with that.
I gotta... This game is gonna drive speedrunners wild. Because, like, you have to trigger things sometimes in the proper order to actually do them. That rock had lyrium in it. Oh my gosh, there's blood everywhere. Oh, sweet. Oh, maybe it's not nearly as hard as I thought. I was making it way more complicated than I needed to. Paragon Metez, the champion. Paragon Metez Salak fought alongside his twin, Teres, during the desolation of Kal-Sharok. Teres perished while Metez lived. There is, however, more than one way to die. That's deep. You know, like, oh. They who would not be separated are separated. Rare heavy armor for Davrin. It has been with Davrin since the first days of his joining. Oh, this is his original armor, maybe? I don't know. It's sick, though. We'll have to look at it when we can have him in our party. Yeah, no wonder we have Davrin armor here. The game's like, you bring Davrin? I'm like, no, I brought 2 necromancers. To play with Darkspawn. Because I'm an idiot. So the entirety of Kal-Sharok is potentially not recovered. There's, this was, I think, a Kal-Sharok outpost. The deep roads are always, like, my least favorite. Like, I love me some dwarf lore, but the deep roads are always my least favorite place to go. It looks cool, but I hate being in it. They could have done better with the lava, I'll tell you that. Oh, interesting. This is actually useful for us here. The one that he already has. Maybe I'll get something for everybody if I can find it all.
I bet it's this way.
No way. Crazy. Not like I'm following the buttons. The prompts. Oh, I was like, this seems like something I should be able to jump up on.
For a moment there, it was as though a malevolent gaze fell upon us.
Listen, I brought you here in case there's weird spirit stuff. Oh.
Got it.
I figured if any fade shenanigans are going on, he'd be able to sense it. No? Okay, good. Woohoo! Wow! Yeah, no, the lava could have been way better animated. It's just water. Maybe it is actually just water and it's like lit up. Maybe that's just water. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. Nope. Those are lava waterfalls. Lava falls. Maybe some of it's lava and some of it's not. Either way, it doesn't matter. Intimidating. It's still in pretty good shape, though, all things considered. Oh, what is this? This is called, oh my gosh, I learned this. Flume? I think this is a flume. I had to, like, double check my mining terminology. But this was what, it could be covered or not. It was usually covered, I think. If it is a flume, it could just be something else. But it's how you get water either out of a mine, like out of the way. Okay, so real quick, I had to go for a second to go pick up a grocery order, and it put me back at the start of this area. And I'm like just running back through, luckily no dark spawn or anything, you know. And I look out. And I see a red lyrium figure. I was like, excuse me? I thought it was like a frozen flame almost, you know, just like a lyrium, like a frozen, I don't know, just like a chunk of red lyrium, right? Just like an upright one, and nope, that looks like a figure. I don't know if I'm trusting the Titans at this point. Like, I don't think they have anybody's best interest at heart, right? I think they have been through a lot, and it's unfair, but I don't trust them. Anyway, this is the flume I was talking about. Used to get water out, in or out of a mine. The one that I recorded was a covered flume at a pretty big mine site that had collapsed and looked like a railway track. And why did the music get so scary? Anyway, it was pretty cool. It was the most interesting mining site I've ever done. It was very extensive. Usually they're mostly underground, obviously. You know what's crazy is I've noticed a lot of
I hate fighting darkspawn, and they're everywhere down here. What are the chances we won't see any more of them?
Why would you say that? Like, what is it? This is why I don't bring Harding and Balara out. They have the most Marvel dialogue I've ever heard. What are the chances? Yeah, what are you, Ash? Ash Ketchum from friggin' Pokemon? Like I needed to say that. Ash Ketchum, you know, from Pokemon. You know, as opposed to the other Ash Ketchums. Anyway. Why? I'm gonna be unreasonably angry about that. Just, why would you say that? Oh, I have such a hard time looking up. I'm just not used to it. Oh, well. This is a point of no return. Man, so many of these things look familiar. Just from having been down in the deep roads before, you know? There's really, I mean, I think in Inquisition, you have to play the Descent DLC to go into the deep roads at all, whereas in Origins and 2, you are required to go into them for a substantial amount of time. Sometimes going back. I don't wanna. But, yeah, Inquisition. You can see on the Storm Coast, there's, like, you'll see, like, the exposed dwarven ruins, and then in the Hissing Waste. This is where we came from. Where am I, and who am I, and why am I? Why? Why is the music doing this?
Did you...
What?
Did anyone else see that?
Oh,
I thought I saw someone.
Is that,
Someone down here?
Okay.
Maybe it was just a shadow.
It's never just a shadow, okay? It's never just a shadow. I heard something. I heard the music go bwah, but I didn't see anything. This is also very, I always think of the Skyrim...
We're not alone.
Dwemer?
Good job.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's a popular style. The Art Deco is really popular style for dwarves. Like, that's just, you know... And that's how they did it in Skyrim, too. I mean, the Dwemer are technically, like, snow elves, I think, right? Not as up on my, my Skyrim lore. Where you at, person? Wow. You know what? That's a lie. In Inquisition, in the hinterlands, there is a small segment of the deep roads you can go into. It's kind of behind a waterfall area. And you get to see this kind of stuff. And you do it for Varric's quest. His personal quest. I was hoping to get, like, entries on, like, I don't know. In the deep roads and Origins, we were seeing all kinds of... Well, at least more entries than this on, like, you know, the last stand of, like, certain groups, or like especially when we would go to destroyed thaigs, there would be a lot of, like, codex entries about, like, you know, life before the destruction, or, like, life during the destruction, or, like, the last final stand, you know? And, it would be cool to get that. Cool to get that here. Just kind of walking through a big empty tomb. Listen, if you're gonna show me a giant, what is essentially a tomb, I want to get something cool out of it. Yeah, well, you can't get me in here. Oh, just kidding. You can. I thought it was like a 3-walled place. Oh, I should use one of my things that changes things. Sorry, one of my bandoliers that changes my damage to fire. They're giving us a ridiculous amount of armor. Ooh, that looks like Corypheus's prison, kind of. I think Corypheus's prison was like an upside-down tower in the mountains, in the Deep Road. I don't know if it was the Deep Roads technically, but it was Deep Roads adjacent, if nothing else. But it was deep in the mountains underground in the Free Marches. A codex. Torn journal page. See? Here, 111. Have we had more than one? Was wide awake again before the third mark. That's 4 days in a row now. I swear it's that hum, constant and deep, coming from all around. No one hears it in the waking hours above all the activity. As I was laying there, I saw the glow again, red and passing from the shadow of the one rock to another. Tried to wake Flora to prove I wasn't just seeing things, but she sleeps deep. Lucky her. Ooh, weird things. They ate Darkspawn. I was expecting more of a Titany thing, which you may still get. But, they can sense Darkspawn, so there's probably Blight in there somehow. Blighted Lyrium. Maybe the Titan told them to... Oh! I bet she had something to do with Blighted Lyrium. Why the sad violin here? I'm used to hearing that in the freaking... in the lighthouse. Why sad? So do we pass the test? Oh, he's still here. Okay. I'm blighted so many times over. Can I go in? Oh. I was waiting for permission.
You did good work. The blight growths have weakened.
Yeah.
So we can keep going?
Yes. Come.
They were saying something, the warden in there, which would be nice. I think, honestly, if there was a place for the wardens, the dwarves would let them stay. For the wardens that we have left. And, oh, ow, I said something about cold being used against it, maybe being helpful. Wow.
Mind yourself, and show respect when you enter the sanctum.
Okay, yeah. I totally will. But first, let me get some sick pictures.
Yes, of course.
I keep messing up. I really do hope they bring golems back. I was like, maybe we can get a cool picture. Nope, not. Emmerich's got his eyes closed.
But who are we meeting?
I will let her speak for herself. But we of Kal-Sharok revere her deeply for being one with the stone. They say she was once from Orzammar, but she speaks very little of her past.
It's Volta. It's gotta be Volta.
There was blight everywhere outside of those doors. But here, it's clean.
Yep.
This person I'm going to see, I think she's keeping the blight away somehow.
I mean, that's why I'm taking pictures, right? Because I'm like, ooh, wow, it's so pristine in here. It's obviously very different from out there. Thank you, Harding.
The song. Do you hear it? Coming from all around us.
I don't hear anything.
They say Lyrium sings, but I have never heard it quite so distinctly.
It feels like it's echoing through my entire being. Like I'm part of the melody, and it's calling me home.
Dwarf with connection to stone and lyrium, mage with connection to lyrium and magic and the fade, and I'm just little old me, little old warrior.
I would love to look around more.
He better not mind, because I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. There it is. Castless, life is change and death and stagnation. To survive, we discarded what was for what was needed. Lineage, status, history, honor. The blight consumed it all amid Kal-Sharok. Castless. Interesting. So you can see that as a double meaning, right? Where it's like we do away with the caste system entirely, right? Or that you are, that without any of these others, any of these other statuses, right, that within the cast, like, all that leaves you is castless, you know? That's me over-explaining, because that's what they're doing.
Do you think Stalgard would mind?
I think you'd be fine with it.
I hope we can come back, because there's one area that I didn't go through in Kal-Sharok, and, like, I don't know, it just feels weird to keep the person who's escorting you waiting. So, like, I was trying not to do it too much, you know? Listen, do you guys like chilling with the lizard people? Is that also how you did so well? I like these mysterious crystals. Foreman's log, first excerpt. The upper sections were stripped when the Valdesines were stewards of the Hollow. Historical record and evidence indicate that the entire cavern was lined with lyrium. Shafts were dug to access the mineral deeper down, but the sudden fall of House Valdesine derailed those plans. The second blight left the entire site inaccessible, and the project was abandoned. Okay. Oh, Paragon Matez. We heard about that one. Was born a warrior, was the first to change. After the desolation, he traded his sword for a smith's hammer to become what Kal-Sharok needed most. So he, like, communed with whatever entity-ish that we're potentially going to contact or talk to right now. Or was similar to the entity that we're going to contact right now. If it's Balta, then she's a conduit for the Titans. And I'm assuming whatever oracle we overheard about, too, is, similar, right? Like, if you're called an oracle, you are a liaison between the divine and the mortal, right? Very cool, very cool. Wow. Wow. This is so cool. Lyrium halls. Pillar-shaped lyrium? We've had pillar. We have ideas about pillars. This is beautiful. Wow. What time? Oh, this is just stunning. So cool. And the lines, like, these are slightly different than the Orzammar ones. Or maybe the Orzammar ones are not old enough. Maybe the Orzammar ones are younger now. Foreman's log. I got a what? A hammer. A rarity increase? What? She told them about the site and called it Halde Vaskar. The Deshirs, I think those are the lords, figured she was talking about the mine of Valdesine's Hollow from ancient times. Lost in the blight, they said. Listen, and I will show you how, she replied. Then she went silent for 8 days, and all of them went home but one. Halde Vaskar, the place that waits. What? I got a hammer, like a plain hammer. Leveled up, apparently. I'm intrigued about that. This is so beautiful. How did your blood get turned into pillars? Lyrium pillars. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. It looks kind of like the one, it looks like the thing that we fought at the end of Descent. Kind of a little bit. And is this where the giant skeleton is? Because that would be kind of wild if it was down here. Is that just, I was like, is that the thing? I thought it was maybe something. Oh my gosh, no, but it looks like one from a distance. It looks like an entity. I'm stupid. I hope I edit that out. I was like, it looks really cool. This is obviously a fighting ring. I'm going to have to beat somebody up in here, probably. We are definitely dealing with golems. If they just put, like, golems up as decorations and we don't get to do anything with them, I'm going to be very upset.
We have arrived.
But
okay.
I don't see anyone.
She's waiting.
I believe you. I totally believe you. Maybe there will be stuff over here to look at later, but there's certainly a lot of urns. Maybe I have to do a test, right? She's gonna make me fight something as part of a test. Oh. That's beautiful. Alright.
Thank you for leading her here, Stalguard. They call me the Oracle.
I don't think I like this. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, wow.
It's incredible.
Yes, she is.
I know you. Don't I?
Once I was Volta, as you were Lace, then Scout, and now something else.
All this. Is this what I am? Am I like you?
Are you turning stone?
I tell you what you are. Look within, and remember. Remember when the earth was alive, and the Titans walked the land. In one voice they sang, a chorus of creation and of connection.
Isatuno. The song.
When the Titans fell, we awoke, but the melody was already lost.
The dwarves.
We were always just shattered fragments of a greater whole.
I knew it!
The stone sense. My magic. It's Titan magic. But why? Why did this happen? Why do I remember Isatuno? What happened to the Titans?
I mean, we know. We've seen the memories.
There's something else here. It's found you.
I did have a friend, Rec told me it would be good to finish the Soulless Memories before, like, continuing too far on Harding's quest. Ow. Hang on, I'm trying to... Why did it switch again? I mean, it works, but, like... I wanted to do... Well, okay, never mind. I shouldn't do necromantic ones.
Watch the teeth.
Nice.
Well, that's a
I think I'm a little high level for some of this stuff right now, like the Archdemon fight and this. Like, I did a lot of stuff leveling up, and now I'm like, nothing's really been a problem. Dragonfire Catalyst. Why Dragonfire? And this was a golem, but I don't know why the golem was fighting me. So Volta's turned to stone. That sucks. Also, we do have confirmation that the dwarves were just, like, basically little hands and feet, kind of, like, was it appendages for the Titans themselves, which seems, like, less than cool. She's like, oh, when they walked and did creation, and it's, like, hyping it up as, like, oh, when things were better, but, like, you know, we did that with the elves for, like, 2 games, and then that all came crumbling down, so I'm questioning everything nice you say about the dwarven ancestors, you know what I mean? Yay, the one that you have equipped is better now. Whee! Also, what took that over, if not the Titans or something?
Everyone alive?
Did you feel
Do we look dead?
Fury, such fury, and with you as its mark.
Me? But why?
Well, no, I think the most important question here is who? Who is attacking her? What do you mean, but why? Because you have Titan powers, that's why.
The new magic. It could be seen as a threat.
There are horrors in the depths. They have awakened
Horrors?
to you now. Look within for your answers, and beware.
Why did we come?
Wait, I
yeah.
have more questions.
That was very cryptic.
She does that. Riddles, riddles, riddles. Oh, I'm a rock.
I am a rock.
Answers. She gave me nothing. Come back. Make her come back.
Harding.
It's all right. I'm all right. Sorry. We're done. Let's just get out of here.
What do you mean, shrug? We really didn't get anything from that. It was like, go talk to the ones who are close to us. The one who was essentially turned into stone because somehow she's like liaison with the Titans and has now turned into stone, unfortunately.
Oh, hey.
And that was it.
You've had a lot to deal with lately. Rock magic, the Oracle.
We barely learned anything. Why was I attacked?
Yeah,
When you said this was weird, I bet you didn't realize how weird it would get.
She's got mushrooms.
Just wish I knew what to do.
No matter what, we'll make sure you're safe.
How?
We watch out for you and prepare for a fight.
Or leave you here.
Think it'll be a fight?
When is it not?
Maybe there's nothing to do now, but wait and see. And
So hurry up
thanks
and wait.
for being on this bizarre journey with me.
She still
It
thinks
really
that.
makes me feel less alone.
We're in this together, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's funny, but I think it is funny that it keeps popping up.
Sanctum disappointed.
I'm like, yeah, I remember.
Maybe she'd expected too much. Maybe there were no answers to be had. Seething with questions, she forgot the Oracle's dire warning.
The horrors.
But far below the surface, something was moving. Determined to be seen. And finally, to be remembered.
Okay, also, we did not encounter the red lyrium person who was just hovering off in the distance. What was that about? I thought we were gonna actually... Like, it's like, oh, like we were going to meet that person and they were watching us, but the Oracle only operated within that sanctum, and it was all blue. Like, all the area was blue. This red, this is like, these are like blighted or angry titans. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like, oh, something's like waving in the depths. Maybe the Titans are mad? The meeting is interrupted by a sinister force. The Oracle believes now hunts Harding. Like why didn't we went down there and she was like, look inside yourself for the answers. Also, something's hunting you, which I guess is not nothing, but like, we didn't even ask who is hunting us. You know, that's my thing. I'm like, who is it? To Rook and Harding. Also, I think our friend got dead. He got sucked into the rock. Ireland said she'd get this to you. I just wanted to thank you for coming to my aid. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. When you found me, I've been lying there for 2 days. Harding, I hope you find the answers you seek about the stone magic. Oh, yeah, that's that guy that we helped when we went out with Harding. You're welcome. Are the codex entries going to tell me anything? Harding notes the Oracle. Shaper Volta joined with the Titan. Now the Kal-Sharok dwarves call her the Oracle, and she talks to them by possessing a stone figure. Needed to write it down. It feels unbelievable. Thoughts. Does the Oracle's physical self still exist somewhere? I thought maybe she was just consumed by it, but if she's like possessing a stone, maybe she is just like meditating elsewhere, Luke Skywalker style. Or does she pass her consciousness through the stone, or is she just a stone figure that sometimes wakes up? Because she moved rock too. Why won't she give me straight answers? Has the connection to the Titans changed how she experiences the world? Is that why she communicates strangely? There are moments when I feel like time is different, or that space is different. Will I end up talking in riddles too? Why does no one know what happened to the Titans? How loudly can I scream without everybody hearing me? I think the Fade would accommodate you. On the fall of Kal-Sharok, the nobles who were told about the plan to steal the deep roads were advised to keep the news to themselves to avoid a panic. But gossip trickled down to the commons as the high houses made preparations to flee. Informed by rumor, those with the means sought their own escape. Less than 100 of the thousands who inhabited the thaig made it through the deep roads before the tunnels collapsed. In the following days, we confronted ourselves and each other, struggled against our own monstrosity before the first darkspawn ever arrived at Kal-Sharok. Interesting excerpt from A History of Kal-Sharok by Dura, Steward of Memories. This makes it seem like the Darkspawn weren't the worst of it. I mean, the Darkspawn were like a symptom, I think, of, well, they were a cause and a symptom of a problem. But if your solution is to, like, keep people, you know, tied away, I think they were hoping, some of them were hoping that Kal-Sharok would slow down the Darkspawn Horde, right? And then some of them were, I think Adukin, like the king, Adukin, was torn up about it and like did not want to do it, but thought it was the only way to save what he could of his people, you know? But again, they had the issues with, you know, oh, the nobility get a pass, you know, the nobility get to leave, and nobody else does. I'm like, so who's gonna, like, you know, do all the normal menial stuff? Because, like, the nobles don't do anything. They don't, there's, like, merchants, and there's blacksmiths, and there's artisans. The nobles are just noble. That's all they do. It's like, so you're gonna, like, you know, cook your own food and stuff? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, does Davrin... He has something for me? Okay. Sick. Let's go. Let's go see what Davrin has to say. Oh, do I get to go back to Kal-Sharok if I want to? Gosh dang it, I knew I should have explored further. Oh, the blight. Oh, I just, like, I knew... I think we had seen it on Arlathan, but I hadn't. I don't know if I think I'd noticed it here, but I hadn't. It must be an addition here now because of the Weishaupt falling. No, I don't want everybody to get buried in blight.
Something wrong?
Oh. Look at the child.
Got a message. A place called the Cauldron was attacked.
That's some sort of Grey Warden tavern.
It's a secret Warden readout. No idea what goes on there.
Then why are you involved?
Because whatever attacked it sounds like the Gloomhowler.
Oh. See, this is what I'm telling you, right? Like, the Wardens have so many secrets. And it's like, oh, a bunch of Wardens are dead. Yeah, well, there's probably an equal amount of hidden secret outposts in the mountains somewhere with more Wardens in them.
Then let's get rid of it.
Had the same thought. What's left of the Wardens are still licking their wounds. So we handle this alone. Just go to the Cauldron and get the Griffins back. You have to promise to behave, boy. Listen to every word I say, stay out of trouble, don't do anything dumb, and don't eat any...
I think we get the point. What happened to...
He's like, help!
You'll learn by
Help me.
doing. Sink or swim.
Yeah? But what if he sinks? I'm supposed to be the bodyguard. Keep that feathery butt safe.
Oh. I know, I was like, I wanted to say you're a softie.
Oh, look who's got a soft spot.
It kind of grows on you.
So do you.
It's that famous Grey Warden charm.
You could be.
It's too quiet.
Maybe that
the baby
idea, that unity between Warden and Griffin starts by having faith in each other.
Maybe. I suppose you were born for this sort of fight, boy. All talents and temper.
And a sharp tongue to remind you of it.
As long as he backs it up.
He's so cute. I love him so much. The Asan, obviously. Davrin, also cute. I don't know if I can't say I love him so much, but he is growing on me. God, when he started speaking, the way his voice is and like the way it sounds, like this so like not rumbly, but like it reverberates. Is that how you say that? The reverberation, I guess, is like top notch. God, I knew I would love Javik's voice actor, like voice. I character. I have no idea who Javik's voice actor is, but like I knew it was him. And so I knew I'd probably like it a lot because Javik's voice was so good. Not like it had like the little bit of like the alien, like they put noise on top of it essentially, or like an echo sort of effect on it, sort of. But I was like, when I heard that it was him voicing Davrin, I was like, oh, this bodes well. I've been thinking I want to generate rage faster, so I'm looking at abilities for that. There was something else I was looking at. I swear it was over here somewhere. Dang it, I know there was something down in this like abilities quadrant that I was wanting. But now that I've seen this, or whatever it is, wherever it went. Oh, it was this, yeah? Yeah. And then there was this other one over here that generates more rage also. That's the one that gives me like the fun like scythe ability, and I would love to use that as many times as I possibly can. I do want to go help the wardens. I just don't want to do the main quest, the cauldron thing, because that's a main quest, and I want to just hold off on a main quest for a minute. But I do, it's one of those things where like I want to go do that because they've been hit so hard with the blight. So I want to go back and visit like I did with and like try to help. Like I did with Minrathus. We're going there. Tash also has a quest out there, so they're like, oh, you can do whatever you want, any combos that you want of abilities. And then they're like, except not really, because you have people who can like detonate certain things, like certain conditions, and then apply only certain others, you know. Like it looks like both Davrin and Tosh can only apply overwhelm and then detonate weakened. Well, it's warden stuff and it's dragon stuff, so this is what we got. And this is a good squad anyway. I've done pretty well with it, even without the detonations.
Hey, Davrin. We gonna talk about Weishaupt?
Not by choice.
What the crap was that archdemon? You all said it was a dragon.
I don't know.
I joined up to fight dragons, not whatever that was. Had too many heads.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what the gods are doing. All I know is that Gillenane is still alive. A lot of wardens aren't.
Oh. We'll kick her ass next time.
Thanks, Tosh.
So we just say, it's a bit of a sensitive subject right now. Maybe that's why he was extra upset with Lucanus, is that like the wardens died and we only killed an archdemon, which is still really great, you know. But it is also frustrating, you know?
Whatever you're...
It's so sad. An improved blight. Whoa. Notes recovered from Weishaupt, translated from Elven by Balara, sent to Warden Antoine. The blight was active during our slumber. It can alter living creatures, but its shapes are crude, wasteful. Elgonan has requested vassals worthy of a god. Thickening the darkspawn's bones and quickening their ichor was trivial. Other alterations are underway. Pools of blight are easily coaxed to produce darkspawn repeatedly. Some of their properties change without prompting. Their flesh is surprisingly malleable, vital, eager. It used to require greater effort to shape the blight. Did we accumulate more of it in ourselves as we slept? Investigate later. Note from Balara, is this Gillenane? Does she not know what she looks like, or did she graft on extra bits before getting blighted? I don't know which is worse. Yeah. It's like, have you seen yourself in the mirror lately? It makes sense, right, that someone who works with it, like molds it and stuff, would like look worse in a way. Hey.
How are you two holding up?
After Weishaupt, people are injured, grieving. As are we.
We haven't given up. There's just a lot to deal with.
Are you first warden now?
Where is this place?
Little more than a ruin to the people here.
The wetlands are full of secrets. A lot of them buried over time.
The second great blight, strange curses, mysteries in the woods. The stories go on.
With the Weishaupt library gone, you two have our most complete notes on the blight.
There are other stores of warden knowledge. We'll keep what we have safe.
You should do the same with that monster manual. You still owe us a copy.
Where are you from?
He's
Edgar?
working on it.
Not here.
Orzammar, the dwarven thaig. An underground city.
Oh, dang.
I left to join the Grey Wardens. The sky was huge. Turns out rain is terrible. Sparrows, though. I liked them. I liked a lot of what I found after.
Hey.
What did you do before you were a warden?
Oh, I was a servant in a country home. Being attacked by darkspawn, that's rare in Orlais. The other servants got away. I got blighted.
The others got away because
Wow.
you distracted the darkspawn. And it was days before anyone found you.
Before you found me, we would not have met otherwise.
Oh my goodness.
The blight,
Oh my goodness.
gods, griffins. Do you remember when this was easy?
No, but I remember when it felt that way.
Yeah.
Have you always studied the stranger side of the Blight?
Not on purpose. But when your reports have a certain pattern to them.
We gained a reputation for following the weird stuff.
It's come in handy now.
It usually does at some point.
Enjoying another trip to the wetlands?
Feel free to kick out more darkspawn.
I mean, that's an unending battle, you know? I thought for sure he'd be gone by now. I thought he'd be absorbed. Oh, come on. Where'd it go? Antoine and Evka. I said the last letter would be the last, but I've got more questions. When someone is blighted, does it advance slowly or all at once? This is from Tarquin, who's the Viper's, like, second hand or whatever. What if the person won't stop working or getting into trouble? Won't that make it advance quicker? Is the progression all internal, or is it going to be obvious? How long, if you had to guess? Is there a point when your secret warden ritual will no longer help? Nev has mentioned a thing or two about your wetlands, so I know you've got your own problems. I'll take whatever answers you have time to send. Corresponding letter to be sent to Minrathis. Tarquin, I wish we could give you easy answers. With the blight changed so much, we cannot promise things will go as we suggest, but our response will be as honest as we know. This is true. The Viper has been infected with the new blight. We don't know if the old blight ritual would help. How quickly the blight advances depends on the person and how severely they are blighted, but it's typically steady. It's more consistent when the person's general wounds are healed. Getting further blighted would likely complicate the matter, but nothing else should that we know of. There's little more you can watch for than what you've written us about already. We cannot give you a timeline, but it isn't years. I'm sorry. As for the warden ritual, there isn't a time when it's too late, but if the person doesn't survive it, then that is instant. We won't conscript the Viper, but if he wishes, we'll be here. I like that, right? It's like, you can say that we're going to, if you want to save someone and people are giving you problems about it, you can say, well, I conscript them now, and the wardens can do that. They can conscript whatever they want in the name of the blight, you know?
Alright, I think we can make this work.
I took work orders
Did
from
the
all
lady
the
die?
wardens.
Already?
Yeah, and some of the villagers too. You're going to be busy.
Gee, thanks.
Hey, Mila. How are the wetlands?
Blighted?
Right.
The wardens have a lot to do.
Back again?
Honestly, I am not sure what the point of the child is. But you know, I'm happy for her. Is that looks like... It looks like Cole's hat. I'm gonna buy it. Probably never wear it, but I'm just want to have it. I was gonna say, I wonder if I can get it seems like it's level 3, like shop level 3 at all the places. Oh my goodness gracious. In war, victory. In peace, comfort. In death, still sacrifice. Please. Like I said, I have a bit of an... I don't like to wear warden gear necessarily because I don't think I've earned it, right? If I was a warden myself, I'd be all over it.
You need
But
anything else? I'll be here.
Thanks, Holden. I'll
that's
see you
good to
around.
know. Oh, I love that we respond sometimes to just like the regular NPCs. It's really nice. It makes her feel like more of a person. You know, I've never romanced a warden before. I don't know, I was thinking, what was I thinking? I think I was looking at, I was thinking about, like, the factions I've got going right now are like my highest, and it's like, oh, you would think that I'm like a huge Crow fan, and I was at the beginning, and I still am, obviously, but like I'm a big Crow fan, but I was like really intrigued by them at the beginning. Plus, again, we saved their city, so I feel like that really ratcheted them up there. Lords of Strength, I just met them, but it's like, you know, Mornwatch, I'm like, those are my people, you know. Shadow Dragons, I have tried, but I cannot get that up yet. Veil Jumpers, The Grey Wardens, like, that's the thing, to me, I think I would be a bigger fan of, like, the Grey Wardens, Mornwatch, Crows, and Shadow Dragons, right? But I have such a pretty high level with Veil Jumpers right now. That's because they were one of my first ones. And the Shadow Dragons, I've been trying. Anyway, I got totally distracted thinking about that. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if it's like, when people will think, oh, you know, value an area because that's where your romance is at. And I'm like, hey, not a bad thing, you know, smart. B, I've always liked the Grey Wardens, so I'm like, of course I would want to help the Grey Wardens. But also, it's one of those things where, like, I'm coming back now because I'm worried about it, and, like, I tried, like, 4 Shadow Dragon quests, and I swear I didn't get almost anything for it, which is, I get it, but, like, I was kind of worried they were going to keep making us choose. I thought we were going to have to choose between the Grey Wardens and something else. And I was like, how many companions are you going to do this to me for? You know what I mean? But anyway, I'll probably go ahead and call it here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Really quick, we're going to cut away and say thank you to my patrons. I want to say thank you to all my patrons, starting out with my Acorn tier patrons. Thank you so much, Fane, for your support, and thank you so much, Leo, for your support. If I say that wrong, I'm so sorry. I want to give an extra special shout out to my Sapling tier patrons. Thank you so much, Reese Galito, for your support. I very much appreciate it, and I still appreciate the blanket. Thank you. And I really want to say thank you to my other supporter, Sebastian James, my old friend. Thank you so much for your support. I very much appreciate you as well. And I want to give an extra special shout out to my Forest tier patrons who have gone above and beyond in their support of me and the channel, and who I truly cannot thank enough. So thank you so much, Christopher, as always, for your support. I treasure it a lot. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nightshade, for joining the crew up there in the forest. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. So thank you all again for joining me and for being on Patreon and watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.